Happy Wednesday here, July 12th. Every single one of us I know has had an experience that was less than satisfying. And in a moment of exasperation, we complain to somebody. And what is their response? Many times, what did you expect? What did you expect? What do you expect? We can do away with a tremendous amount of uncomfortable conversations, dissatisfying experiences, if we will both manage and communicate for ourselves and for one another what our expectations are. Manage your expectations. Communicate expectations. When my team is bringing on a client, it is important that they know what to expect from us. They know to expect an annual review meeting, a quarterly newsletter, a Christmas gift, a birthday card. They expect us to be available for a one-off phone call. They expect us to return emails within 24 to 48 hours, assuming it's not over the weekend. We present those to them as reasonable expectations. Now, if we don't present any expectations for them, what we're promising to present to them as a new client, and what they expect to receive doesn't match what we're planning on giving, then we end up with a dissatisfying relationship for all parties involved. But when we communicate to them very clearly what they can expect to receive from us, if that aligns with what they're looking for, then we end up with a great relationship. Or conversely, if we express what we're willing to bring to the table, and that doesn't line up with what this individual wants, but they don't communicate their expectations to us, we also end up with a dissatisfying experience for everybody. Just last night, a neighbor of mine who I just met a couple of times, his name is Ahmed, he pulling into the cul-de-sac and he stops me and he says, Bob, is your dog available to play? Because Benaiah and I had been out there playing soccer with him and his boys a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So we went out and we played soccer out in the street. And I knew to pay attention to Benaiah's paws because it was hot out. We were on the pavement, and I didn't pay enough attention. And sure enough, his paws got all shredded up, some rips, some tears. And so I called the emergency vet. It's 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night, and they said, "Yeah, go ahead, bring him in. We should get his feet wrapped up." Katie leaves to go to the vet because we're expecting company, and she leaves at 10 after 9. 9:40, I know she should be there by now. She hasn't seen anyone until probably 10:30. 10:30, she gets to see a vet tech, which was not, I wasn't happy. My wife had been gone an hour and a half. 11:30, she finally sees the vet. She's been gone 2 hours and 20 minutes. She's been at the vet for 2 hours. It's been an hour since she saw the vet tech. And finally, the vet comes in at 11:30. And Katie ends up getting home 12:15 last night. And basically, there's nothing that we can do. Make sure he doesn't run on his paws for the next week and a half or so. And they didn't wrap his feet. Arguably nobody's fault. I trust these professionals. We've been there before. But I expected timely service and for my dog to come back with his paws wrapped. What I received was my wife being gone for 3 hours and a dog coming back with no wrapped paws. What would have made that a maybe not pleasant experience, because it's the vet, but a less dissatisfying experience would have been, we're glad to take a look at him. We are busy. but we do recommend you bringing him in so we can assess the situation and see what he needs. Then at least we're not expecting any particular treatment, and we are expecting it to take a while because they're busy. And we ended up taking longer than we thought with less treatment than we were anticipating receiving. Communicating expectations. Manage expectations for people that you're serving, and then get people to communicate their expectations for you. That's arguably, or at least according to recent studies, one of the top really 3 reasons why actually spouses ended up getting divorced. A lot of it has to do with money, but a lot of it has to do with just years of unmet expectations. Just communicate them. I'm expecting this from you, and you can expect this from me. And if you disagree, you work to bring it together. So hopefully this is helpful. Make sure that you communicate what you expect with one another, and then make sure that your expectations are in line with something that's reasonable. If you're not sure about that, check out a video from a week ago when we talked about whose standards are you trying to live up to. Have a great week.